often only have a short time during a normal school week to do something in the garden. What I tend to do, if I can find like 15 minutes or something before dinner needs to get prepped, is to go out in one of the beds, find a small space, and then try to pull out any weeds that I can. It often I don't get everything done, but in this way a lot of small jobs often ends out being a full job in the end. So it's that's what I tend to do to make most of the time. What is in here is what I managed to get up from the ground in about 15 minutes. So it's just to show that even though of course I wanted to do more and I can never get enough time in the garden, this is not nothing, and all these little things is what makes it more achievable over time. The bed I have been working on today is this one here. It's just beside my rose espalier here, and just beside my little garden house here, and here I have this little seating area. So this is a bed I made for about, I think, 5 years ago. It's not done. I'm not completely satisfied about it, but it's working out all right. So it's not the first on my list of prioritizing what I need to get done in the garden. I somehow feel it has like this Japanese feel. So when I talk about it for myself, I often call it the Japanese bed. The very big rhododendron here was here when we bought the house. It gets these really large pink flowers. I bought this little Japanese fire bush, I think it's called. It gets these red new shoots, so it looks like the bush is on fire here later in spring, and it's very pretty. Beside this little tree right there is a Japanese Asia, and I love the shape of the leaves. It gets really pretty red leaves here in spring. This grass is a red grass, so that also combines with the bush with the red shoots and the acer. Over here is also a rhododendron. It was also in the garden when we bought the house, but it was in the front garden, so we moved it back here, and it has grown very well since. When it was in the front garden, it was purple flowers, but I think the type of soil over here is different. So here it's more pinkish than it was earlier on. And the very first daffodils that I put down in this fall has started to come out. They were supposed to be all white. Right now it's kind of yellowy, but I hope it will be more white later on. And here you see a lot of daffodils on its way, some large, some small. Right in front of me I have a lot of tulips on the way. I'm not sure that there will be a lot of flowers in those because they are not prenatal tulips. They will normally not return year after year, but we'll see what will come out of it. Here I have a little bird bath and my beloved helleborus. I love these ones with the little dots in the middle. There are also niece. I actually don't know the English name. On its way in Danish, it's called a bird's egg, vibeæg. And I think they match with the hellebores very well. I also have a hellebores on the way, and I really love those here in the spring because it's some of the earliest flowers that I get, and I really need the flowers to come forward and feel like spring and summer are on their way. By the root of this rhododendron, I have a lot of snowdrops that I also love. They are actually the filled out one. They are almost gone now, but these are the ones with the peony middle, if you can see it there. And maybe it's easier to see in this one. And these I haven't found in any stores. They were also in the garden when we got the house, and I'm very happy to have them. So I enjoy them very much, and I try to separate them every other year to get more and more. And I think that will be one of the jobs in the near future. Maybe doing this week, if the rain will let me. It's raining again, and therefore I have sought the shelter inside our garage, because today I will find a little bit of time to take out some more seedlings from the small containers that I started them in, and into the larger containers so they can grow a bit more before they're ready to go out into the garden when the frost is done. So this I'll try to manage before I need to get dinner ready. What I will be doing is that I fill this container with soil, and then I fill them in these containers that are actually just preserved from plants that I bought, and then I reuse them for my own purpose. So I fill them up, I make a space here so there's room for the seedling, and then I plant them in the larger container, give them a bit of water, place them back in the window shelf, and let them grow a bit more so they will be ready to go out in the beds when the frost is over, when the frost in the night is over. The ones that I have here is in Latin called Delphinum elatum, and this is a sort called magic fountains, white dark bee. So I think I got a bit too much in this one, so I'll just try to trim it down there. That was one down, a few more to go. I also have some zinnias inside that are big enough that they also could go in larger containers in a very short time. One more. Just need to fill this one up. So that was it. They are ready to go inside again and grow even bigger. This is where I keep all my little seedlings in our washing room / back entrance, and they start out, as I have shown you before, in these small containers here. I have these plastic lids like these that I put on at first, and then I take them off when the seedling starts to come up. And these are the ones that we have just made. They are here because, as you can see, I'm running out of space, and they will go in the window shell in our bedroom instead. So this one was also one of the ones I just did. As you can see, some of them are tiny, tiny, tiny on the way, and some are growing really fast and strong. Here. Every spring, around the middle of March, I make this my space for a while, and then the last ones go out around May. That is when it's certain that there are no more frost at night. As you can see, I actually try to use what I have. Of course, this one here I bought, but the larger containers are from plants that I bought at the plant store, and this is actually just a box from ice cream that I have reused, so when I give them water, the table won't be harmed. These I also just made from some viola that I bought, and then I reused them for my own seeds. Every time the calendar says March and thereby also says spring, every bone in my body is just aching to get that sun and spring feeling, flowers on their way. But the truth is that often here in the middle of Denmark, the weather is quite cold. It's still a bit dark, it's windy, it's murky. And often it is in that way into April as well. And that is also how it has been this past week, with in between showers most of the days. And today I thought I would do an indoor job just while the kids are chilling with a little bit of television and so on, so I have the time. What I wanted to do was to start writing a bit on these small planting signs that I bought. I have this white marker, and then I write up the name of the plants, like I have done this one. This is a Danish name, and because I have turned the phone, and then it's probably also backwards for you. But this is what I will try to get done today, because I think that it's cool, the thing to have in the garden, to be able to remember the name of the plants, and also for the friends and the visitors that we have. I think it's fun to look at and to see what is actually in the bed, and also because it helps me to know where I've planted which plants. So if I want to put in something new, then I know what the neighbors are, even though that it might be in the fall and the plants have all gone back. And also it makes it possible for me here in the spring, where many of the plants haven't really established themselves yet. I can make out where have I planted already, what might be weeds, what might be small seedlings on the way. So that is also one of the things that I use them for. But it is, of course, mostly because I think it's fun, and actually also decorative to have them in the garden. In this basket here, I have collected some of the signs from the plants that I bought and put in the ground this fall. And then I will just take the names from there and put them on the signs. As I'm filling these out and looking on these planting signs, I'm really looking forward seeing the plants come forward, like this one I think is really, really pretty and decorative. And I have this geranium on its way also. And the other one was this very dark geranium, because the planting scheme in the new flower beds in the front of the garden is mostly whites and a little bit of black, purple, or very dark reddish colors. This one I'm actually a little bit nervous about, because I bought the plants on of our web shop, and in there the picture of this one was a very dark amethyst color, but when I got the plants they were in bloom and they had a very different color. It was more bluish than the color I wanted. I called the company and they assured me that when it were in the ground and had the new growth, then it would be darker, or else they will exchange it. But I really hope that they have that they are right, and that they will turn out the way I want them to in summer when they come. So it's a very quick job, and a job that I can do inside on a murky day like this. And then one of the next upcoming days I will be able to put some of them out into the garden, into the beds. Now I think that I need to get on with some of the other jobs of the day. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope it was fun to see what I got done during this school week. I hope to see you soon.